Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to share the latest Salesforce innovations with you, which means we may talk about future-looking products and services. Because future-looking statements are inherently subject to risk and uncertainty, our reminder is that you should make any purchasing or investment decisions based on products that are currently commercially available. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and Chief Strategy Officer, Salesforce, Alex Dayon.
$10 million. Something amazing is happening right now. More than 10 million trailblazers are joining us right now through the video feed, outside in the Salesforce National Park, and right here in this room and the overflow room outside. Dreamforce is a unique celebration of trailblazers. So it is my honor to welcome all of you to Dreamforce. Now, the opening keynote is about celebrating trailblazers, and there is something very unique about being a trailblazer. We are all together a community. We're a community and we share our stories. And that's really what we want to do in the next 20 minutes together, is to share the story of amazing trailblazers. Trailblazers who themselves have built deeply connected communities. And the very first trailblazer I like to showcase and share with you is a trailblazer who has been building communities for 37 years. 37 years, a community of deeply loyal fans. Let's meet them. Yes, Metallica is a trailblazer. Metallica is a trailblazer. And I can tell you, we have an amazing guest right now for the opening keynotes. So I need everybody's help. I need everybody's help. I need everybody on the video feed outside. I need everybody's help. And are you ready to do a warm, hard rock welcome to Lars Ulrich, drummer and co-founder of Metallica?
Follow that, people. Anyway, hi, Alex.
How are you, Lars?
By the way, isn't this your favorite song, Chris?
Yes.
That was your favorite song, right? All right. So there you go. We can all go home now. Okay.
I know. If I had known when I was started my software engineer studies, I would be pitching Chris Rock and will.i.am and yourself.
We're all peaking right now.
Amazing. So you're playing tomorrow night?
That we are, yes. Thank you very much for having us. For the third time.
Yes.
We're practically the Salesforce house band. That's our other title.
But we're not here to talk about tomorrow night.
No, we're not.
We're here to talk about Metallica as a trailblazer and share your story, because you have a very interesting story.
Who would have imagined Metallica as a trailblazer just a few years ago?
So before we go there, Lars, tell me a little bit about what's going on in the music industry. You've been 37 years in the music industry, and we're living in times of change. So what's really happening right now?
Well, we're just getting started, obviously, 37 years, but the music business is, I think, in constant transition. There's always things evolving and changing, and you really got to be on your toes if you want to stay ahead, kind of like in the tech world. It used to be that when we would put out records, there would be a particular formula that we would follow. They were always the same, no matter what year it was or what record it was. Nowadays, when you put out records, they actually become, the release process becomes a creative process in itself, which is really exciting. So it's sort of like the Wild West out there, but putting out records, we put a record out 2 years ago, and we basically started over. It's like reinventing the wheel. So you always got to keep up on the latest, trends and technology changes and so on. And the other thing that's happening, as you know, is that everything is shrinking into your mobile device. And that's very exciting. You get to carry everything with you. And in your phone now, obviously, with streaming and with social media and with all the practicals surrounding music in itself, like the buying of concert tickets, and even the concert tickets, the concert experience itself can sort of, start on the phone. So it's a very exciting time. It's a great time to be in a rock band, and we're excited to be on the front lines.
That's exciting. Now, how do you listen to those fans? How you deliver those mobile experience? Which product are you using?
Well, we're using Salesforce. Can you believe that? Metallica,
That's
Salesforce, walking hand in hand into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, that is actually true. Mark and I have been best friends here in San Francisco for the better part of 10 years, and I've always been very intrigued by Salesforce. And last year, when I was down here for Dreamforce, Mark and I went down to the campground, and we're walking around, and he's very proudly showing me everything, and I'm taking it all in, and we ended up in the Adidas booth. And I was in there, and I saw specifically how the fans and the loyalists of Adidas were so engaged in everything that Adidas was offering through their new Salesforce possibilities. And I had kind of a moment of clarity. I said to Mark, there's got to be a way to connect Metallica and Salesforce and take our fan engagement to another level. And he said, absolutely, let's do it. And then you showed up in my life, which was really cool. So, Mark led to Alex, and then we've spent the last year getting to know each other and trying to apply Salesforce products into everything that Metallica does to try and heighten our fan engagement. And obviously, we, as you know, because you've been working on all of it, we just launched our new website about a month ago, powered by Commerce Cloud and Metallica.com, which is very exciting. It's got a whole new look and a whole new interactive kind of thing happening, which is great. All our email stuff, as you know, is happening through Marketing Cloud, and all our socials is happening through Social Studio. Did I get all of them right?
Yeah, that's right.
Did I get them right? Thank you. Thank you very much. I am not just here for the free lunch. So it's been an exciting time, and we're looking forward to next spring also when we launch our European tour in May, and we're going to have our new app that's going to live in our mobile device. Yeah. So we're very excited about the future also.
And that's great, because not only those products are live, you're running on Salesforce, but what we did for Dreamforce is we created the live experience here in the campground, where everybody in this room can see those products in action. In fact, you can pull out your phone, type Metallica.com, you see all the products, but you can go to the campground, and there is something really cool, because not only...
In fact, you're not allowed to leave the Moscone Center until you've been to the Metallica campground.
Exactly.
And there's a set of drums back there that you have to get your picture taken with, and there's a guitar, and there's all kinds of great stuff. Alex and I were just down there, and you bought 5 Nixon watches for your staff.
Well, you bought for me, and you asked my credit card.
Yes.
It was a great experience.
Let's keep that between us next time. Thank you. But it's alive and well down there. We just took a peek in there. It's awesome. We encourage every one of you guys to go down there and check it out. It's really cool.
So, and the instruments are from your tour. So these are the real instruments, by the way. You were very gracious to let us go to your...
They are not the Guitar Hero instruments. No, they are real instruments.
Yeah, from Deaf Magnetic Tour. So you're going to play with the real guitar. It's really cool.
The current instruments are being set up down by City Hall for tomorrow.
So there is a product that you have not seen, and I want to show to you. It's a brand new thing you've not seen. Okay. Because we just acquired a company called Datorama.
Okay.
And let's switch to the screen. And this product enables us to track Everything happening around the Metallica fan in the world, it basically through artificial intelligence connects to all the different marketing data sources.
Look, the numbers are actually moving as we're talking.
Yes, and what's interesting is what we found out when we did all the work on the social dashboards is you are the #1 rock band in the world in terms of numbers of followers with 62 million followers. And it's true across a lot of different channels. Look at Facebook, look at Spotify, look at Instagram, look at basically the leaderboard of what are the posts that gets the most traction. So this is really amazing because you created that amazing following in the social world. And I have really a question for you. How did you do that? I mean, how do you explain that you're the #1 social band in terms of reach?
Other than our good looks and our charming personalities, well, it's because we prioritize fan engagement, always have, always will. 35 plus years ago when we were starting in Southern California, every time we would get a fan letter from somewhere near or far, I would sit and answer each one of them personally, pen and paper. Those days are long gone. But it was, to me, it was about connecting to other people with the same musical appetite and feeling that you were part of something much bigger than yourself. Like we talked about a couple days ago, I'm an only child, and you told me that you were an only child. And to me, it's always been just about sensing that you belong to something bigger than yourself. So I have always been and will always be Metallica's #1 fan. And me being in the front lines ensures that the fan experience is always the #1 priority for Metallica.
And that's great because by doing that, by really trying to really reach as many people as you can, if you go down on this dashboard, you will see these are data also you've not seen. Well, we just skip the dashboard, but you have equal number of women and men following you. You have a broad distribution of age and regions. Now, since we are on this, you're reaching the fans and you're putting the work on the fans at work for a good cause. That's something you don't talk about, you don't like to brag about it, but that's the foundation.
Well, we don't like to brag too much about it, but we have changed a little bit in the last couple of years. We would work with local food banks and local homeless shelters for the last 20 years all over the world in whatever city that Metallica was playing in. But 2 years ago, we decided that since we have 62 million followers and that if we could engage all those fans and make them become agents of change, that would be something that would be unstoppable and the potential would be endless.
And that's great. That's all within my hands.
That's our All Within Our Hands, All Within My Hands Foundation, which we've been public with now for 2 years. And as a matter of fact, on November 3rd, right here in San Francisco at the Masonic, we're having our first fundraising function. Everybody's invited to come along. And the causes that we support primarily is working with food banks and battling hunger, and then also working with workforce education is our other big passion project.
So that's great. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think that's a perfect transition to our next trailblazer. You build a community of fans. We're going to now meet a trailblazer who's building a community of givers. Let's watch the video.
Great.
I remember it like it was yesterday. One of the most human things I've ever felt, having this small, broken body in my hands, and how the water is easier for him. I'm the one doing the work for him. His disposition changes. He smiles. I was a swim coach for physically handicapped kids. I had this feeling like, oh my God, I'm making a difference in this 10-year-old boy's life right now. And it's at that moment I thought, wow, this is what I want to do with my life. Social work, loved it. My mom grew up in Glasgow, Scotland, immigrated. She was sweet and strong. I was the fourth of 6 kids. We weren't easy, the house wasn't easy, her husband wasn't easy, but she was incredibly smart and she cared about other people. I still remember the first time people were looking at us because my mom was using food stamps. My father grew up in Ireland, had an 8th grade education, immigrated, worked a lot of jobs. I think we would describe our family as working poor. We were a manufacturing region in Northwest Indiana, pumping tons of sulfur and other things into the air, and I remember that smell. Out of high school, most of my friends went into the mills. I was going to make the world a better place.
I first saw Brian speak at a conference. He was talking about his vision for United Way. He just painted a picture of the future that was something that you have to be a part of.
United Way exists to create conditions to help people live better lives. We're designed for people to come together to care for one another.
You know, the world is so different today. The world is changing so fast.
We needed to make United Way new and fresh and relevant.
Digital technology is blowing apart all business models and speeding everything up.
We had to keep up.
How do you connect people at scale in the fourth industrial revolution, right? That's huge opportunity.
What that has turned into is Salesforce.org's Philanthropy Cloud.
Our mindset has shifted because of our work with Salesforce.
People want to give to things that they care about. They want to know the impact that they're having. We're working with artificial intelligence, and that personalization in philanthropy is key.
Let the people drive us. You get the infrastructure of the big institutions, but you get the power, the force of a movement of people. Our partnership with Salesforce.org is going to be the community chest of the 21st century.
When you focus on other people, great things happen. When you fight for those who are the most invisible, great things happen. When you meet donors where they are and you tap into their imagination about what's possible and you give them a platform on which to engage, amazing things happen.
Who's ever listening to this right now, the only way that in the long term you'll succeed is if the vast majority of the people in your community succeed.
You know, it really is United Way and Salesforce coming together to change the world.
One of the things I've learned in my career is that if you see the world through somebody else's eyes and then act on compassion, good things happen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to show you the Philanthropy Cloud and United Ways in action, I'd like to invite on stage a fantastic Salesforce executive, someone who is leading our vision for philanthropy. Please welcome Ebony Frelix, our Chief Philanthropy Officer.
Thank you, Alex. And Brian, I have to say, we are so happy and so grateful that you and your team could be here with us today. You are truly a trailblazer. Yes, yes. Now, we all know the adage, be the change you wish to see in the world. And this is true now more than ever. I want you to think about all the recent movements we've seen lately. And I think that's really because in the fourth industrial revolution, people are more connected. Everyone, everything is connected. People want to have a voice. They want to do meaningful work, and they want to work for companies who are values-driven. Because guess what? Caring doesn't stop when you enter into the four walls of your workplace. So, what if we could give you a platform that enable you to amplify your voice, bring purpose and meaning into your job, and make giving back a part of everyday corporate culture? Wouldn't that be great? Yes. United Way saw that as an amazing opportunity, and that is why we've partnered with them leveraging their expertise and our technology to bring this big, bold vision to life. So this is Philanthropy Cloud. I'm so excited and proud to announce Philanthropy Cloud. It's the world's first workplace giving network powered by United Way and Salesforce.org. Using Philanthropy Cloud, employees, they can get involved with those nonprofits that they love and care so deeply about. Nonprofits. Who are my nonprofits in the room? Any nonprofits in the room? All right. I want you to pay close attention. My nonprofits in the room. You're going to be able to reach United Way's millions of users and have access to expand your donor base. And for companies, you're going to be able to elevate your corporate culture by engaging those employees. So in just a moment, we're going to go into a demo using a company based right here in San Francisco, Lyft. And you may know Lyft as an app, a mobile app company that delivers rides. But what you may not know about Lyft is that they are an incredible values-driven company. And as we go through the demo, I want you to imagine your logo at the top, your company, because Philanthropy Cloud is for every single company who wants to engage their employees, who wants to give back and be that change that they want to see in the world. So let's start out with Quincy. Quincy is an employee who works at Lyft's corporate offices in San Francisco. And just like me, Quincy grew up right here in San Francisco. So she cares very, very deeply about the problems facing this great city. Like many of you who travel in, work in, or live in San Francisco, let's be honest, we're all confronted by the inequalities that we see on the streets in San Francisco, a city with so much wealth. So Quincy, wanting to do more when she gets into the office, she logs into Philanthropy Cloud. Here we are on the Philanthropy Cloud home screen, and she's able to see her impact and the impact of that of her company. We also see that the screen is beautifully branded with Lyft's look and feel. As we scroll down, we can see the causes that she cares about so deeply. And when she clicks in and adds housing and homelessness, the content changes to be even more customized and relevant for her. We're going to dive in and listen to a story, and read a story. Now, this is a story about Lyft relief rides. And this is a service that provides transportation to those people who need it the most. This could be a ride to a medical appointment or a job interview. This could change a day or change a life. For all my nonprofits out there, stories are a powerful new feature of Philanthropy Cloud that allow you to amplify your voice and inspire people to join you. And guess what? This story worked, and Quincy is really inspired and motivated to give back, and she creates her own campaign. Now, we're going to fast forward and see this campaign in action. And really, there are two key points to any successful campaign, because people give with their wallets or people give with their time. And we can see right here, top and to the right, that the campaign is in full swing, the fundraising piece is, and they're already halfway to their fundraising goal. But Quincy wants to help end housing and homelessness in the Bay Area. So she has a volunteer component as well. How does she find people, though, that are just as passionate about ending homelessness in San Francisco as she is? Well, fortunately, Philanthropy Cloud is intelligent. Not only is it accessing her Lyft employee network, but it's accessing her entire ecosystem, her customers, her partners, her community members. Everyone is involved with Philanthropy Cloud. And we see it in action right here as Anthony gets engaged by a notification. And he sees this notification, and he signs up to volunteer because he wants to end homelessness in the city. So once he's signed up, though, like many of us, we want to see our impact. So he clicks into his profile, and he's able to see his total impact, volunteering and giving. Now, most people, once they give, actually the statistic is about half of all donors have no idea what happens to their money once they give it to the organization. And this is why this report is so important. Not only can he see exactly where he's donated, but how it's translated into a granular level. Lyft, too, can see this for their entire company. They're able to see their complete total impact, along with their most engaged employees, and how they're tracking to their sustainable development goals. It's pretty amazing. So, from a simple click to sparking a movement, this is how we are enabling individuals to lead change. And this is how any company, and I do mean any company out there, can create a culture of change makers, create a culture of trailblazers. And we are excited to make this available to you. Lyft has also made it very easy for Dreamforce to get involved and give back. You know, giving back is a part of our Salesforce DNA, and it does not stop at Dreamforce. So Lyft is giving us an opportunity to give back, giving you all an opportunity to give back this week at Dreamforce. So, for every Lyft ride taken to and from Dreamforce this week, Lyft and Salesforce.org will donate up to $25,000 each to give a ride to someone in need. So let's change some lives here, folks. Let's change some lives. Next, I'd like to invite up President and CEO of United Way Worldwide, Brian Gallagher. Just so glad.
Thank you.
Brian, first of all, I love that video. That last line was absolutely my favorite.
Thanks.
Quick question for you. We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution. Why is it important for you to connect with your customers in a different way?
Well, Ebony, thanks. Even before I say that, this is a dream come true for me. I'm on stage where Metallica opened for me.
That's right.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Lars, congratulations for what you're doing. It's spectacular, spectacular. Because our business model changed. We're 100 years old, and we work with 100,000 corporations, and it's always been the company as customer to get to their employees who might want to give to the community chest, pool their money. Well, we live in the era of the individual. People have access to more information today on their phone, in their hand, than they've had in the history of the world, and their expectations are different. And so they don't want their company to tell them what to do or what to think or align with the CSR goals that they set. They want the company and United Way and others to help them achieve their philanthropic aspiration and their purpose in life. And so if companies want to get and keep great people, give them the opportunity to achieve what they want to achieve. Don't tell them what they ought to think and do.
Yes, to that. And what can we do to help? What's next?
So be a part of the change. Get on this platform. It's not to call out, but to call out. It was Mark Benioff's dream and mine at some point that killer technology and the values of Salesforce together with content, community content, volunteer opportunities, NGOs, people working on the ground, that you put those two things together will change the world. Be a part of it. Come see us at the campground, the Salesforce team, Salesforce.org team, United Way team. And again, for your company, help your employees be part of changing the world. They will then want to come work for you, stay with you, and institutionally will succeed.
Excellent. And if you want to know more about Philanthropy Cloud, you are all welcome to come to the Philanthropy Cloud keynote tomorrow afternoon. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks,
and back
Ebony.
to you, Alex.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Ebony. Thank you for this amazing presentation of the Philanthropy Cloud. Now is the time. Now is the time to conclude the opening keynote and to start the keynotes. And we have a tradition at Dreamforce. Every year at Dreamforce, we bring the spirit of Hawaii right here in the middle of the Moscone Center. So please welcome the ambassador of Aloha, Dani and Ana Akaka.
Hawaii mai, e nā aho o kapule na ke hau, kūlou ke kua, awa mui a hālo nui. Ai no kapulini ihi oi e motu, ai no kapulini ihi mai kinohi mai. Ea ke a, ke ea, ke ihi a Hawaii. Hawaii nui, Hawaii iki, Hawaii a mamau. Iuale kau kohola, le mau ka makai o ka papale. E ko e to atu e una loko ina tapu I mawahonele e nue e ko e wale no ai no wana ke aku ka hele I ala I kiki o e ko o na kino malu ko ni malu e ho e holu mai no ke aku I kuna mau kahu o ma kono ai e nau ma ko mai klai ke akla kau mai ka hoku I ka halawai mai ka hiki nā kaulana E nau māku I ka pō, nau māku I ke au. E nā kupuna paulo ka pō, pale ka pō, pano puki ke au. O mai he ike, o mai loa nui a ka pula nohani ke au nei. E nā kini o ki kua, ka lehu e ki kua, ka manu ki kua, ka lalani o ki kua, ka pūku e kua. E ki kua no ki kua, e ki kua mūki, e ki kua hawana. Ke kua ke a I ka pō, kia lava o ki au moe. E ho, e ala, e oni, e e. Mahalo. Mahalo. As we come together to celebrate this time, as we say ho'olaulea, a time to gather, to celebrate, to unite in peace, love, in unity. You know, we have a message to share, a message of aloha. A message that my father used to share from Washington, D.C. to Hawaii and internationally. Unfortunately, my father, Daniel Kahikina Akaka, had recently passed. But that message of aloha still rings true. And wherever he traveled, and he traveled with his ukulele, he would share this message in the form of a rainbow, an anuenue, of how all the colors beautifully blend together, and how the sound of the ukulele and its 4 strings all come together in unity. As my uncle used to say, unity is diversity and harmony. And the song that my dad used to share with all is a song that he called the Rainbow Song, or the Hawaiian Lullaby, a song that we would like to share with all of you. Where I live, there are rainbows, with life in the laughter of morning, and starry nights where I live. There are rainbows with flowers full of color and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Where we live, there are rainbows, with life in the laughter of mornings and starry nights. For you, Dad. We always, in our tradition of Hawaii, we bring our token of aloha in the form of the leis. And we have these leis that we would like to give to our ohana, to Mark, as Anna entwines the lei and shares her spirit, her ha with him, that sacred breath and that life force and spirit within that they share with each other. So mahalo, Mark. And hau'oli lahanau.
Hau'oli lahanau. Happy birthday.